Alright, we're starting off in pack 2, turn 5, and I spider pill into level 2 rabbit. Pilling spider level 2 or 3 spider is something I do quite often in pack 2 because it's so difficult to get any kind of unusual runs going. I've complained about this before, so I won't go on about it too much, but with all the tall scaling pets, puppy, buffalo, bison, llama, it really punishes you if you really deviate too heavily from either that or from microbe turtle, or just some kind of microbe build in general. And it hasn't helped that microbe has been changed again. I'm not sure exactly what it is at the moment. I think it's been moved to tier 4 or 5. It was moved up at least once, and I'm sure it's been moved again in the test server. But anyway, what I decided to do in the end was get some lobsters in to help pivoting, and I got a second rabbit, and I'm just going to scale the level 2 rabbit as quickly as possible, in the hope that I'll be able to win relatively early without any of those, public enemy number 1 pets that I named. So pill turtle and just keep buying food onto the main rabbit. That was a funny roll where I got double dromedary, double beetle, but I'm okay just running a 4 squad here instead of buying some filler pet. Unfortunately, when you run a 4 squad, you tend to go against mosquitoes a lot of the time, which generally means that you lose your melon. But we don't mind. We're just going to carry on with the plan, which is buying more food, buying more rabbits. And here, buy a lobster first to get the double lobster buff. And then it's actually better to combine the rabbits there, and then the lobster buffs will give the level 1 rabbit higher base stats on the back of that. And yet another mosquito here. I've whined about that before. It's such an overpowered tier 1, it's ridiculous, but here we are, and it's still in the game. So at this point, I didn't know what I was going to do. So you can see I fed the second rabbit there, and I was thinking maybe I could go for multi-rabbit, but I think a lot of these runs in pack 2, they seem like they're going okay, and then they just implode the later you get, because you're starting to face exclusively big teams with multiple llamas, multiple buffalo, and so on. And here we're lucky that we had the double melon there, and I think I actually I pilled a turtle onto the other rabbit in order to, because I still had delusions of doing a multi-rabbit game, but then I combined the lobsters immediately and got Sauropod, and I thought, that's an obvious choice if you've got rabbits, because now when you're buying food, you're getting a little bit of a rebate, and obviously one of the issues is you're going to very quickly get extremely high HP, and the Sauropod doesn't help so much with that because it has high HP by default and low attack, or relatively low attack compared to its HP. But it's one of my favorite units in pack 2. It's not great, and here the run is starting to take shape because I find the second Sauropod, and so now every food item is only costing 1 gold, because the Sauropod actually has unlike the goat, the Sauropod has 3 triggers, and then we get another Sauropod, although I think I just decided to buy the salad and get a couple more rolls out of it. And steak is great, another Sauropod. So here you can see it's all starting to come together. The melon on the 8-12 rabbit is pretty worthless, so we can combine the rabbits, get the additional sauropods in, and then just hope to get as much good food as possible. So, although at this point I still didn't know for sure what the run was going to be. On 8 wins, there's not much time left. So these sauropods really need to get scaled up extremely quickly in order to have a chance. And here I'm thinking about whether or not to just sell the lobster or try and, I think you should just sell the rabbit and get one of the sauropods, the buff from the lobster, and then sell the lobster. Yeah, so I had actually seen a quad sauropod run before, and it was posted by Haps a few months ago. And I went back and checked to see how he'd done it. And he actually had, it was prior to the update that nerfed canned food. So he had a swan and he was buying as many canned foods as possible. And he ended up with rooster plus 4 sauropods. And you can see there how crazy it is when you buy a food item, you're getting 4 gold back. And it's gonna get crazier from here on out. The melon is not worth much, but the fact that you're getting it for free, you might as well buy it. If it results in a draw, that gives you more time to find more food. And here we get lucky that the rabbit double kills the scorpion and the and the poodle, and it results in a 1 HP win. So if I hadn't bought the melon, I would have lost there, I think. And I'm not going to bother leveling the rabbit up to max, but we will level up the sauropods, because as soon as you hit a level 2 sauropod, the triggers reset. So you can see here what happens is you get a sort of chain reaction, is that those sauropods that have been leveled up are now giving extra gold back, and we can continue the chain of buying more and more food. See, they've got 1 extra trigger left, or at least one of them does. And so we'll still get to buy another food item. So you can see the huge jump in stats there, especially when you've got the level 2 rabbit that's adding +2 health for every item of food bought. And I think this is actually the same team that I fought earlier, except they've kept everything and just leveled up. And so we get absolutely crushed by the seal, poodle, squirrel scaling. But this turn is going to be a big stat boost, because each time I'm buying something, I'm making a profit of 3 gold, I think it is. And it would be nice to find some chocolates to apply, because now I've run out of triggers. And here I think I just buy the cupcake just to get the rabbit up to max health, and then buy the steak, because the steak at this point is worth more than having the melon on the 8 attack unit at the back, even though it did save us earlier. And there's not really anything else I can do here. I guess I'm thinking about putting a steak at the front, but I'd rather just put the melon in just in case of scorpion. And we go against this team which immediately snipes the only melon. However, the huge health on the sauropod makes it an easy job to clean up the rest of that team. So a kind of an atypical pack 2 run, which I was really happy to get, because sauropod is one of my favourite pets.